So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And that gets things running. Drogba becomes the latest member of the 300 club. Another feather in his cap in what has become a fine career.
Well, Peter, I can't attest to this personally, not having made...
Can he finish? It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Alonso. Now, can they get him away? Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, that's superb. Can he finish? Marvellous goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Deco, spread out to the left, looking to play him in. Beckham. And the shot! Can he get it through? That is good alertness. And back to the keeper. Played out to the left flank. And it's Serginho. Hazard. Schneider. Can he latch on to this? Oh, super! And the shot! And yes, it's there! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Galatasaray restore parity.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Played out wide. Thuram calmly anticipates. He's found a way through. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Now it's Mbappe. Looking for a runner. Mbappe picks it up out wide. That has ended up in no man's land. Beckham. Short changes him with that pass.
Galatasaray definitely like their pressing from the front.
Yeah, it's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice.
And the finish! Drogba might just make this. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Duke absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Looking for options for movement. So what can they make of this? And that could set him on his way. Schneider has given away a free kick. Rising over the bar.
Bellingham has totally shown his greedy streak, and the boss is not happy, I can tell you.
Well, that has not gone well. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Mbappe. He's shifting through, and the shot! Now who's going to be first to this? And again! Goal! Galatasaray! Galatasaray! And the comeback is complete! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Schneider plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Mbappe! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. Vieri has cut it out. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Galatasaray clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Oh, important interception.
Pedro Porro has been indicated.
And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Juke. And it's half-time. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. So there was the first half.
Well, I've been left almost breathless here, Peter. This is frantic stuff. 45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. So, into the second half.
Georgia really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
No, that's been intercepted. And that is a little undercooked. Juke. And he's intervened well there. Schneider. And he's worked it through. Now Vieri! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Vieri actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And this is Drogba. And this is Vieri. Look at the space here. He's been side down. Is that a penalty? The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick. Frimpong has been given a red card for the denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction.
Schneider! Brilliant! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And there's the goal they've been... And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for...
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. So things are underway. Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask enough.
Drogba!
Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Now there's the clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Vinicius Junior. Ball's gone out of play. Opts to play it back. Played up towards the front line. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Cole Palmer could be standout here, Peter. We sometimes see him in a centre-forward position, but I like to see him play from the right side of attack, because that enables him then to be able to just drift inside on his left foot and then open up the pitch to see what he can deliver from there. And he's expert once he does tuck into those little spaces and pick out whoever's making the runs.
Chance for a shot! Goal!
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So, a breakthrough already. And that's a throw-in. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Beckham. That has been cut short. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Has crossed into the middle. Now it's Drogba. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He has found the way through. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Kvaratskhelia clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And he's managed to get free. Cross deflected behind for a corner. It's run loose, who's going to get there? No, he didn't quite meet it right. De Ligt. Looking for options for movement. Hakimi kept his eye on it, and he's there. And he's intervened well there. And he's straight offside. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Now that looks a decent ball. And it's Messi. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Ribéry. Good driving run. And Ribéry! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Manchester United certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Oh, good effort! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Serginho gets across to intercept that. Palmer. Menu. Ribery. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Plays a sharp little ball here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Georgia clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. Georgia can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
That's been slipped through. He's in a great position here. Oh, good spread. It's a promising position.
And the finish!
They've got to be quick to recover this. Palmer. It's a pretty loose pass. Messi defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And he can thump it away. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Georgia go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Georgia leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. Back on the way then. Georgia currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Deftly away. Georgia do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
That has ended up in no man's land. And here's Torres. Played out towards the right wing. Palmer was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Drogba!
He's played it long. Just eases him off the ball. Messi. Beckham. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. And it's Messi. Well, that looks a good ball through. He's shifting through the gears here. Manchester United claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. Corner number 2 then.
Torres!
And he was there to get a vital touch.
Fernando Torres clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
It's Drogba!
And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, okay, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
There's the shot! And there's a goal!
2 to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 9.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Number 22.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Number
Yeah, and you have to say
37,
that the contrast of
Bailey.
moods are very
Number
visible
10,
now. They really fancy
Messi.
themselves to go and
Coming
wrap
on the
things up.
field, number
Georgia
18,
have really been terrific
Dembele.
at snuffing out the
Number
threat.
8,
Now for something
Vest.
different.
Number 14,
Chooses to go cross-field.
Federico Valverde.
Yamal.
Number 20.
Oh, now
Yamal.
here's an interesting matchup.
Big chance!
Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Hakimi has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Oh, that's a key interception. Drogba. Yamal. Aims beyond the defence. He's found a way.
Dembele!
Georgia, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Serginho. And it's Azar. Valverde. And it's Wirtz. Well, that's beautifully weighted.
Chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Georgia have their second corner now.
Impressive job. Oh, it rattles the bar.
He's gone direct here. Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Knocks it into space. Hakimi proves just a little bit too strong. Palmer. And here's Dembele. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. And the referee's come over, it's a red card. The player's body language here is a bit grim, it is not looking great at all. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was
Beckham!
Beckham spots it and intercepts. Georgia can consider themselves just about safe now. Palmer. Palmer. That's Wirtz. Now it's Palmer. He's picked his way through. Shifted it to the flank. Tries to pass it through, and he's cut it out. Valverde. Palmer. And it's Azar. And it's Serginho. And this is Dembele.
It's Dembele! It's a goal! Late drama, late goal! This will be one frantic ending!
That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Manchester United give them...
Can he finish?
No, just not quite.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Serginho kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Wirtz. And we're done. Georgia have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately.
you